Okay, so if you're a broadcast engineer working in streaming, you know content protection is, well, it's everything. But let's be honest, the terminology can get a little confusing. So today, we're going to break down the two main pillars of modern content security: digital rights management, or DRM, and forensic watermarking. Just think of it like this. DRM is the lock on your front door, and watermarking is the surveillance system inside. You absolutely need both, but they do completely different jobs.
So, why does any of this even matter? Well, it all comes down to one thing: money. We're talking about an estimated $50 billion lost every single year to video piracy. That is a massive, massive number that just eats away at the whole business of creating and delivering content.
And here's the crazy part. It's a total paradox, right? The very same technology that has built this incredible $150 billion global market, beaming content to billions of devices. Well, that technology has also created a gigantic target for pirates. Every single one of those streams is a potential leak.
So what's our first line of defense? Well, it's the one you've probably heard the most about: DRM. This is the foundation. This is the digital gatekeeper that stands guard.
At the end of the day, DRM is all about answering one simple question: can this specific user watch this piece of content? It's a whole framework of tech that locks up the video with encryption and then very carefully manages the keys, making sure that only paying customers on devices that are supposed to have access can actually watch it. It's the rule enforcer.
So how does this actually play out? It's this incredibly fast dance that happens in just milliseconds. First, the content itself gets encrypted. Then, when you press play, your device sends out a request for a license. A server on the other end checks, hey, is this a real subscriber? Is this an approved device? If everything checks out, it sends back the decryption key. And only then can your player start the video, all while actively trying to enforce rules like blocking screen recording.
And this visual here, it really lays out that whole flow. You see the content get locked up by the DRM, making it totally unreadable. It's only after that whole complex back and forth with the license server that the keys are delivered and you get secure playback. That's the wall that stops someone from just, right-clicking and saving the raw file.
Okay, but DRM isn't a silver bullet. Not by a long shot. It's vulnerable to what's called the analog hole. Basically, if you can see it, you can record it with another device. But here's the real kicker: the big blind spot for DRM. If a piece of content does get out and ends up on a pirate site, DRM has absolutely no idea who leaked it. It can tell you the lock was picked, but not who did it.
And that right there, that leads us perfectly to the other half of this equation. This quote says it all. If DRM is the lock on the door, watermarking is the surveillance system that can identify who breached it. It fills that critical gap.
So let's talk about watermarking. This is all about leaving a digital fingerprint on the content itself. We're shifting our focus here from just prevention to traceability. Now, forensic watermarking, this stuff is really cool. It's a process where you embed a totally unique, completely invisible code right into the video stream for every single user for every single viewing session. You can't see it, you can't hear it, but it's there. And it creates this unbreakable link between that piece of content and the person it was sent to.
And we got to be clear here. We're not talking about those big visible watermarks you sometimes see, like a username burned into the corner. I mean, those can be a deterrent, but they're annoying. They get in the way of the picture, and honestly, they can be cropped out pretty easily. Forensic watermarking is the real deal because it's invisible, it has zero impact on the viewer, and it's built to be tough. It can survive being re-encoded, compressed, and uploaded.
And the process? It's just as slick as the DRM workflow. For every single stream, the system generates a unique code. It could have a user ID, a session time, an IP address, you name it. That code gets woven into the video bitstream, in real time, completely invisibly. Then, if that exact copy of the video ever shows up on a pirate site, you can run it through some specialized software, pull out that hidden code, and boom, you know exactly who the leak came from.
So you're probably getting the picture now, right? This isn't an either-or kind of deal. It's not DRM versus watermarking. It's about building a smart, layered defense, where the strength of one covers the weakness of the other.
Let's really break this down, put them head to head. DRM's job is prevention. Watermarking's job is traceability. DRM locks things up with encryption. Watermarking tags them with an invisible identifier. So DRM asks, can this user watch? While watermarking asks, who is this user watching? Their limitations are the perfect inverse of each other. DRM can't tell you who leaked it, and watermarking can't stop the initial playback. They really are two halves of a whole security solution. So when you think about a modern security setup, don't picture two separate disconnected tools. Think of it more like this: a single, cohesive command center. It's one intelligence system where the lock on the door and the cameras are talking to each other, giving you a complete picture.
So what does this look like in the real world? Let's walk through it. First, automated systems are constantly crawling the internet looking for your content. The moment a pirated copy is found, it gets flagged for analysis. Step 3. The system extracts that forensic watermark, and instantly you have the source account and all the session data. And that leads to Step 4. Act. You can take precise, targeted action, whether that's just shutting down an account or even pursuing legal action, because now you have the evidence to back it up.
So at the end of the day, the big takeaway is this: there is no magic bullet for stopping piracy. Effective security always requires defense in depth. You have to layer your preventative tools like DRM with your traceability and accountability tools like forensic watermarking. That's just how it's done now. It's the modern standard.
So that leaves us with one final question, and it's one you really need to ask about your own setup. Take a hard look at your architecture. Is your content protection strategy just a simple lock on the door, or have you actually built a complete security system? One that has the intelligence to not only prevent a breach, but to tell you exactly who's responsible when one happens.